Hello, Central New York, and hello, hockey fans all across the internet, and welcome to 315 Hockey Live, brought to you by 315hockey.com and powered by My Little Falls. As you can see on the screen, we have got a full house here tonight, and as Edge and Christian used to say in the old WWF, this show is going to reek of awesomeness. It's what we're going to do tonight. We've got some awesome guests coming on. Before I bring those guys in, though, I'm going to bring in our co-host, of course, riding shotgun with me here in the studio. One Mr. Dave the Save Warner. How are you?
I'm doing great. How you doing tonight, Scott?
I'm doing great. I'm ready for this show.
Ready for it, huh?
Yeah, and you know what? Because we have so many guests and they're so awesome, we had to bring in some extra help tonight.
I see.
So Jordy keeps bouncing in and out, so we'll get to him in a minute as soon as he gets his connection established.
Yeah, it goes off and on.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
But you know what? Nonetheless, we have the one, the only. It's the little things that matter. The Professor Jeremy Roberts.
You know, we're going to get Dale back on here, and he's going to have his sign behind him just so that can end.
Jeremy, your earbuds weren't in before, but I had nailed you within 5 seconds of you coming on. So,
It's not even like, oh my God, I'm never going to live that down. I'm going to kill him.
Never.
No, you're not.
You die with that.
Like I'm supposed to go out. I'm supposed to go out and visit him, and I'm just gonna, literally tell you because now, like, he's sending me pictures like him working out and he's getting jacked again.
Uh-oh.
So of course his girl's like, she even said, she goes, "Oh, look at that! It's all the little things." I'm like, I go, really? It's got to go all the way to her. So now, like, she's now a part of it.
Now we just got to get you a Tom Wilson shirt.
We need to get
Absolutely not. No.
There it is. There it is.
Yes.
All right. Well, I'll tell you what, Jeremy, we're gonna stop picking on you for just a few seconds here because I want to bring our guests in. Tonight, we have got 5 members of the UCHC champion and #1 team in the country, the Utica Pioneers men's hockey team. Tonight, we've got John Makovic, we got Mick Curran, we got Justin Allen, we got Christian Acosta, and we got Jackson Rukowski. Guys, thanks for coming on. How are we doing?
Good. Thanks for having us.
Doing good.
I see everybody's got to be in a great mood after last Saturday.
Oh, yeah.
I don't sound like it.
Yeah, right.
That was about the least enthusiastic thing I've ever heard.
They're focused. They're still focused.
Oh, I see.
I thought maybe they'd still be tired from the celebration afterwards. That was
Well, I know the old men are.
Yeah, I know, right? Well, yeah, we can't do that anymore, Dave.
Yeah, no.
There's no way.
Yeah.
There is no way. So, guys, you know what? Let's just revisit that game real quick. Obviously, you were crowned the UCHC champs Saturday night. You destroyed Manhattanville 11-0 to get to that game, which had to feel good considering how much of a big rival they are. But Nazareth actually came back a little bit in that third period before Dante Sabata finished it off with an empty net goal. John Makovic, you assisted on that goal. Why don't you take us through that goal?
Like you said, it was empty net, so we were in a 6-on-5 situation, being the 5, obviously. So it's just trying to get the puck out the whole time is the main goal. Get it over our blue if you can, get it past the red and get it down from deep so we can get a change or something. Just try to ice the clock, obviously. And Nazareth has given us good pressure, and we were just able to chip it out. And Zapata won the race for the goal. Just made it easy.
Yeah, it did. And I tell you, that was a great game all the way through. Mick, we were talking before we went on here about how this championship was a little bit different than the last one. How was that?
Last year I think Wilkes was, one of the best teams in the country, and so I think we went into that with a little bit of a different attitude. And I think that first period probably showed we were a little too cocky, and had to kind of figure out our game, as the game went on, as opposed to having it ready to go beforehand. But it was something I think that was our goal at the beginning of the year, is to win our regular season, win our conference, and then build from there. So it's something that we had a sight set on at the beginning of the season.
Yeah, no doubt. Because I mean, and like we were saying beforehand too, this is a very, very veteran heavy team. And you're right. You know, it might possibly be the oldest average team in college hockey, which would be a real interesting stat to look up at some point. But once again, just a fantastic season all the way through. Justin, you gave us a great quote after the game about how good it felt to win the UCHC championship in front of the greatest hockey city in the world. Now, you're from Rochester. Did you get razzed a little bit from the folks back home?
No, you know, most of the folks back home that I talked to are rooting for me, so it wasn't
Nice.
too big of an issue.
Awesome.
But I'm gonna have to see a lot of those guys over summer. I skate with a couple of those guys, so that'll be a little awkward.
Bring the trophy. They don't just break the awkwardness right away and just bring the trophy.
I don't want to rub it in too much, you know.
You're not technically. I mean, they're in the presence of the trophy that they wanted, so it's not too awkward.
I mean,
just doesn't have their name on it.
true.
You can give us doesn't have our name on it either.
If I brought it home though, I don't know if it'd make its way back. So
Now, that would be an interesting story right there.
yeah.
It'll be like we're in the world with
Oh,
Carmen
yeah.
San Diego. Remember that?
Yeah. Oh, these
Or you
guys
could just-
probably don't.
No,
Yeah.
probably. You're right. I completely just dated myself, didn't I?
Yep. Yeah, you did.
Yeah, they're all looking at me like,
Yeah.
what?
You could
Yeah,
just
they have
toss.
no idea.
Here, we'll bring you to this time. Toss it from boat to boat.
Huh?
What?
Never get that, Brady? Right? Tossing the trophy. You didn't hear?
Oh,
Come
Oh,
on,
okay. Now I
man.
got it.
Well,
Damn! I tried to bring you up to.
but you were in the wrong sport.
Oh,
Yeah.
God. At least
Terrible,
it
yeah.
was sports.
Hey,
You
he
know-
never did that when he was in New England either.
Well, you
Yeah.
never had
Yeah.
a boat to ride in New England.
Yeah.
We got the duck boats.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Costa loves boats. He's a boat guy.
Jackson, where'd dude go?
He's right here. He's got a little toy he's chewing on. Threw some leftover meat in there, so he's just going to town on it. So I figured to keep him busy, but he's going all over the basement with it.
Hell, I thought that noise was Jeremy's son.
And some of it is. He's over in the corner shooting.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
working. So
Yeah, by the way, before we went on the air too, Jeremy said
What,
his son's down there with him working on shooting his puck.
Nice.
So
be
I
careful.
tried
There's
to
no tape
bribe
on
him. He couldn't hear me. I was like $50 if you fire one at your father, but you know, it didn't
No.
work out.
that. He knows better. He did that once. He caught it right. Then he caught a puck right in the leg, and he didn't like it so much. So. What?
Oh, attitude there.
Yeah.
See, it's coming right
Man,
back.
he's getting a little chippy back there, isn't he?
Yeah, he does that. He's learning.
Yeah.
He's learning very quick of how to be a chippy hockey player.
Yeah.
Well, Jeremy,
Kinda.
it's the little things.
Yeah, yeah. That and of course, he's watching these guys that are on the screen, so he knows, what he cannot do because that's what he tries to do during a game.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll get back to that in just a second. But first of all, so guys, you got the week off. You got the bye, which it's got to feel good to be able to rest up. But you're going to get the winner of the Plymouth State University of New England game next Saturday at the Odd. You beat Plymouth State 5-3 at the Thanksgiving Classic. We know what happened last year with the University of New England. So we'll go right around to all of you. Which one would you rather have? Would you rather have a rematch with Plymouth State and old friend Camp Hatton, or would you like a little revenge against New England?
Well, you
I'm
start.
actually sitting in Patty's old room
Costa
right
can
now.
start. Costa's
I got a feeling I know what the answer to that's going to be, but I had to ask it anyway.
Well, let's start from the super senior. Let's start with Justin Allen. What do you think?
That's a tough one because you got Patton on that team. It'd be nice to beat him for sure, and we've already beat Plymouth. But at the same time, it'd be nice to get a little bit of revenge on UNE. So honestly, I don't know. Maybe more Plymouth just because we played them once and we kind of know what to expect. But I don't know. I'm not sure. That's a tough question.
All right, Jackson, I know you're dying to answer.
I mean, I don't really care. Just show up. They're both gonna be good. They really are.
Right.
Anyone who's this far into the season, they're obviously a team that can compete. So either one's gonna bring their best. So just show up and we'll figure it out from there.
Yeah, really, because and the thing that we're could be forgotten is that they're both ranked teams as well.
Yeah.
Plymouth State is 8th, New England's 10th. So Okay, let me put it this way: is there anybody that has an opinion either way that would,
I
or is
mean,
it just bring it on? Is it,
UNE was in my league before I came out here, and I've lost them in playoffs now, I think 3 times, including my time at Curry. So I wouldn't mind a little revenge over there, but yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't mind seeing UNE, but Plymouth State again, we already played them, so
right.
Yeah, 2 good teams. I don't think the boys really care who we get, so I think we'll be ready, and we know that we'll get their best game. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
no doubt.
One of my buddies, my best friend from my hometown, we like went together. It's from like the 2nd grade to like the 8th grade. He's on Plymouth, so I would love to play them, just so I could, play my hometown buddy again. But at the same time, playing UNE again and trying to get that revenge would be nice. But they're both great teams, so it'll be interesting to see who wins between those 2 on Saturday.
Yeah,
we got no chalkboard. We got no board talk for that whole segment right there, Scotty. Nothing was able to be tacked up on the board for trash talk.
that's okay. You know what? That's okay because again, so long as we get to pick on you, it's all good. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
So, and again, like I said, we were just talking about the veteran team, and you guys have got a lot of transfers in. As a matter of fact, we've got 2 of them right here with us. Christian, you came in from Mercyhurst last season. So what was the rationale, the reasoning for you to transfer to Utica from Mercyhurst?
just a coaching change. One of my coaches, Tom Upton, left, and I thought it would be a better opportunity to explore my options. And noticed the Division I level wasn't open, so I know talking to Gary, found out Utica was a possibility. Showing video of the campus, saw the past teams, the good tradition of winning they do here, so it was a no-brainer coming here.
Excellent. And Mick, you came over from Curry College last season, so tell us the story behind that.
Yeah, so I guess there's a couple stories you could tell. I see Jackson laughing there already. So I played junior for Terrian before he was a coach here. So that was kind of the original connection. And we always stayed in touch. We were pretty close when I was playing for him. So my coach left Curry. It was kind of an unknown situation who was going to be coming in or not. And I grew up in Boston. I was living there for college, and I was kind of doing the same stuff I've been doing my entire life. Including watching the Bruins win all the time, as I like reminded Jeremy.
Oh, relax.
But,
Yeah, right. Listen, just because you have like the best record right now doesn't mean you're going to lose in the first round.
They'll never win a pennant. They all agree.
There we go.
Well, getting out of Boston was nice for me. Kind of to change the scenery, meet some new people from some different areas, and then you come up here for a night, you hang out with Jackson for a night, and
it's over.
right around 4 or 5 in the mornings when I made the decision, I think. And, next thing you know, I'm a pioneer.
Any details that you can share over the air about that night out with Jackson?
When we're not live, we can discuss some more.
Okay, I gotcha. Jackson, I mean, when you're all done with college, you can either be a recruiter for Utica or you can work for the Chamber of Commerce.
I'll be around. just let me know if you need any favors. I'll see what I can do to help the team win. That'll never stop. So, just doing my part, doing what I can do.
Yeah, right. There you go.
But I figured I know the town pretty well. I've been around, so I figured I'd just show him the ins and outs, and it seems like he liked it. So,
well, yeah. I mean, there are some fun parts to go to. I mean, everybody knows that.
Yeah. So. He still has yet to see the best of him. So.
Oh, that is great. That's great. So guys, going into this season, not a lot of roster turnover, but you had one big change in that. Sean Dixon, obviously a standout goaltender, graduated. Brian Landsberger came in, and he certainly filled those big shoes. So I'll start with the defenseman. What are your thoughts on what Landy did to come in and help stabilize that situation and do what he's done this season?
Well, I mean, first off, shout out to Sean Dixon. That guy was unbelievable. One of the best goalies I've ever played with. And just like mentally, that guy you couldn't beat him. But, having him in net for 3 or 4 years was unbelievable. It made crazy saves. I think it was goalie of the year once or maybe even twice. But last year, I remember Landsberger came in. Dixon let up 2 or 3 goals against Manhattanville. Just wasn't having his game, and they, the coaching staff trusted Landsberger, put him in a huge situation because those were must-win games down the road for us. And he came in and ice in the veins, played great, and from that point, overcoming that mental test as a freshman, especially as a goalie, to come in and do that, I knew right away that he was going to be special. And the kid works his bag off, all summer. And, he's always staying after practice, extra 30 minutes to an hour, letting us do breakaways on him, 500 times. It's absolutely crazy. But yeah, that guy, Lance has been locked down back there this year, and super thankful he's our goalie. And I'm sure he's going to have a great career moving forward.
Bingo cheese.
How about you, Jackson?
I mean, I think Lands is doing really well. He's a younger goalie, but he's definitely filling the shoes well. He's got some areas he's got to work on, but don't we all? But he, as far as stopping the puck, he's tremendous at that. So he's extremely focused. He takes what he does seriously, on and off the ice. He's very aware of what gets him ready and what doesn't. So he's got a good routine, I'd say, and he's just got to stick to it and know that as long as we're all behind him, I think as long as he knows that, he'll play his best, especially in these next couple games here. So I think that fires him up, and that's a really good quality to have. So especially as a goalie. So that's only one guy that plays that position on the ice. So
yeah, right. And for the forwards, that's got to be a good feeling too, with him playing as well as he is. You guys can open it up a little bit more.
Yeah, you can definitely stretch a little bit for offense when your goalie's making some extra saves. But like Jal said, I hope he's watching this, or he'll catch a clip later. We make sure we score on him after practice to just let him know someone can still do it a little bit. But yeah, no, he's been great this year. He's been awesome. And he works so hard to make sure he stays that good.
he loves coming fishing too. That's
Really?
Oh yeah, he loves coming out. He asked me to go this weekend, actually, today.
So have you guys gone together? Or?
Oh yeah, I feel bad because usually it's at the end of the year, so it's like right around the beginning of April, and it's just way too cold. So we really don't hook into much, but we definitely he sees a lot of the countryside and like kind of near the Adirondacks, and he loves that stuff. So I think he likes just getting out and just looking at the land more than he does fishing. So, but he's definitely a good guy to walk with, especially going through the woods. You got to help him a little bit because he's as tall as the trees. So, as far as getting over under branches, I thought I was going to have a harder time than he was, but he just, he's good about it though. He's a trooper.
Yeah, I was gonna say, don't take him out this weekend and get him injured by a branch. I mean,
no, we'll just go. We'll go stand.
Stay on the trail.
Yeah, that hill's icy. That hill's icy now, Jackson. You don't want to bring him down there.
No, we're gonna go to the Salmon River, stop at the Altmar Hotel for a nice burger, and call it a day.
As he says it with a laugh. That's great.
They have good burgers. They have really good burgers and wings. So.
Now, who's the better fisherman?
Dude is.
Yeah, dude. We didn't give the third choice.
Berkopek's pretty good at fishing.
Yeah?
Yeah, he's a ply fisherman.
He's a what?
I don't know.
Oh, I thought you said a fly. I was like,
fly.
His player, no, they said in his player info, he's a ply. He likes to ply fish in his off time. PLY. So, I don't know.
How is that?
I asked him. I go, "What's ply fishing?" He goes, "It's fly fishing." I don't know what the thing was, but I took him to the Salmon River earlier in the year, and he hooked into a salmon, and it was pretty funny. So he's good about it. But yeah, those are two guys that definitely love to go get outdoors a little bit.
Yeah, no doubt. That's pretty cool though. We got some comments coming in here. Becky Sprague, it looks like. Pull that up for us, Dave.
Yeah.
There you go. It says congratulations to the Utica Pioneers, and hopefully you go all the way this year. You guys have got a ton of fan support, obviously. I see also Sean Orendorf, good friend of mine. I graduated with Sean, actually, way back in the day. Back in
1922.
sort of 1992. It's close.
Oh, 92. All right.
No internet then. So Sean says, yeah, as long as they play a good game, their style, and stay out of the box, should have a great game, which, yeah, definitely. And, of course, that's always a key, right? Staying out of the penalty boxes. You really don't want to give the other team the opportunity.
Yeah.
Which goes without saying. They're like, yeah, no kidding. Really?
Yeah.
Wow. And it's like, hey, when you graduated with Sean, did he call you Captain Obvious too? Yeah. Oh, that's great. Jeremy, I know you got some comments built up. I know you're just sitting there.
I've watched these guys all year, and I've obviously I talked to them periodically. So I mean, I got really no comments at all. But it's just another day in and day out, really type thing. Watch another game, watch another victory, and off we go.
Yeah, actually, you know what? We've got that NCAA bracket. If we could pull the men's up there, Dave, there it is, right there. So yeah,
stuff right there.
Yeah, there. So yeah, I mean, this is actually a really good bracket here. So you beat the winner of the Plymouth State New England game. You could end up with Adrian again. Thoughts on that?
It's awesome.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
I had a feeling that's all you were going to get.
I mean,
what we want. I mean, that's what we want.
You got to beat them. Yeah, you got to play
right.
the best people, and you're going to play the best. Eventually, if you make it far enough. So let's get there.
Yeah, for sure. And of course, Mick Curry's in there. Boy, wow, how strange would that be? If you guys met up with them in the final.
That'd be quite the story for sure. I'm still pretty close with a bunch of guys in the team, so I'm definitely pulling for them. But yeah, that'd be. No, I'm hoping they do well. I'm still real good friends with a couple of kids. I spend most of my summer skating with a few of them, and we hang out a lot. But yeah, that'd be ridiculous. If that's the team we ended up seeing, if we made it that far, that'd be crazy.
I know, right?
Like you said, storybook ending.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, there you go. I mean, that would actually be ideal. That really would. So let's shift gears just a little bit, because I know we started talking a little bit NHL here, especially as we were going on the air. So I'm going to start off with you, Mick. We know you're a Bruins fan. All right, Monkey, we know you're a Hurricanes fan. We know this. Justin, I'm assuming a Sabres fan.
I like the Sabres. I'd like to see them do well. Just being so close to Buffalo, but
LeBron James.
Yeah, with all sports, I just follow players. I don't have any favorite teams. So for hockey, I'm a big McDavid fan. I know, obviously, Connor McDavid, but yeah, I just follow some of the players in the league. But if I had to pick a team, probably the Oilers for sure.
Just the best players he follows, not.
Sounds just like my son.
Yeah, why'd you pick Connor?
Yeah, he's just the best. He's the most fun to watch for sure. So
yeah, he's like the human video game.
But Kel McCarthy D.
Well, I would say Trevor Zegras is not a human video game.
Yeah, but you know what though?
Yeah, Connor McDavid's so much better though.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, Zegras has still got quite a ways to go to catch McDavid. How about you, Christian? Who's your team?
Big Devils fan. Just picked Theo Meyer, so
second best team in the Metro.
Rolling in the playoffs.
New Jersey, the best place ever.
Yeah, best state in the world, or in the country, actually.
Oh boy.
It's known as
Jackson, I think you're a Rangers fan, right?
No, I my buddy JT's a Rangers fan. I'm actually an Avalanche fan. So
really, well, yeah. we got so basically we got a whole bunch of guys that are going to the playoffs here. Is what this is.
Yeah.
Even Chris. I love it. Chris does good.
And of course Sean knows me and he has to chime in. Any Kings fans on the team other than Scott? Probably not, because there's like 3 Kings fans in New York State.
Yeah, I don't think so.
They traded away what's his name?
I can't.
Jonathan Quick.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was stupid. I can't believe that.
Well, I mean, it's a business decision. I mean, when you're in a cap world, right?
Did he
I
even
mean,
did he even make it to Columbus before he ended up in Vegas?
I don't even think he left
I
Los
doubt it.
Angeles to go to Columbus. I just think he said, I'm going to sit here. I know they're going to trade me again, and that's going to be that.
Yeah, but the
You
problem
know?
with the trade wasn't so much the trade; it was how they handled the trade.
How they
didn't
handled
even
the trade?
tell him.
Yeah.
He got
Yeah,
off the ice, and
Yeah.
they didn't even tell him. He found out by himself.
yeah. I mean, that they kind of that was wrong to do it like that. They could have at least given him the heads up and say, hey,
Yeah,
we've been
at least say, "Hey,
because-
we're going to put you on the market."
right. I mean, because
Right.
obviously that wasn't a one phone call thing with Columbus, right? It's not like they,
Exactly.
Rob Blake called their GM just on a whim and said, hey, you want quick? Okay, yeah, great. Oh, listen, I just got to tell him though. Hold on.
Right.
It could have
So-
been.
And didn't Rob Blake play with Quick?
I was gonna say
in
Blake played
LA?
with
So,
Quick.
like,
Yeah.
Don't you think they would have like at least the I'm not saying they don't have the respect, but the respect.
I think
Right,
it
to
just
do that.
happened so quick at that deadline time. With
Dude, it
those-
does not.
that amount of
I mean,
money
like, yeah, it
going
happens
around.
quick, but that's
there's
not a
probably
one phone call.
calls and outrageous deals getting tossed like
Yeah,
as
that's
an
like
idea
your
left and right, and then someone might have just said it, and they just agreed on terms quick, and then just said, "Hey, like it's done."
that's like your Hall of Fame goaltender too, though. Like that guy's been there since the beginning. He's brought him to
Yeah.
so many things, seen so many things with that team. Like I wouldn't. That's like doing the
It's-
same thing to Lundqvist. Lundqvist did the
He's-
same thing when he left.
That's
the
what I was
Capitals.
gonna say.
You know what I mean?
He's
But
done more than Lundqvist. For
Yeah.
that team.
yeah,
Yeah.
and I mean, and
Yeah.
Lundqvist was dealt, but at least they did it in a right manner of, giving him a decency of knowing what was going on.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. Like, I don't mind that they traded him. I don't mind that at all because, again, like it's a business. And let's face it, Phoenix Copley was starting more games. Right. But you at least got to give a legend like that a little leeway and say,
Yeah.
hey, we're at least looking to move you. But I do know that there is another Kings fan in New York State. And Justin knows him, Joe Paterino out there in Rochester.
Oh yeah.
Shout out to Joe.
That was my assistant high school hockey coach. That's crazy.
Yeah. I used to write with him at Hockey Royalty. So, yeah. So I see there's two of us. There's two in New York State. Imagine that.
What would be crazy now is if it matches up the way it's looking and Vegas plays LA in the first.
I know.
Oh, that'd
I
be
know.
crazy.
And
Obviously, Quick would start.
and
Oh,
Monty,
yeah.
I would lose my mind if Quick beat him.
Yeah.
Oh.
Aiden Hill's playing really good though, so I don't know if he'd start.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he got hurt, didn't he?
I have no clue.
Yeah, I think he got hurt.
So it's Quick's net.
Yep. So I think
That
Aiden
would be
Hill has the dreaded lower body injury. So
Yeah, it's no good for a goalie.
no, but I'll tell you what though, it's Chris will love this. If it comes down to Devils and Rangers in that first round, that's going to be a dynamite
Yeah.
series.
Rangers all the
It's gonna
way.
be a zoo. I'm going to game with all my buddies and our fathers, so that'll be pretty fun. We're
Nice.
yeah.
That'd fire you up, huh, Chris?
Yep.
Yeah.
I'd root for the Devils, Chris, in that
Yeah,
series.
Of course you would.
Devils are loaded.
Or why would I want to play the
I won't
Rangers?
even vote for the Devils. I would just root for Chris. I would just be, you know what I mean?
You have to get him up on the Jumbotron at the Prudential Center. That'd be great.
I would love.
Oh, that would be great if me and Chris could get on the Jumbotron. Sitting
Oh,
there,
yes, that's what
hugging,
everybody's saying.
high-fiving. I mean, he'd be a legend in New Jersey. On the Jumbotron at the Devils game? Come on.
Nothing better.
You're giving him ideas. You see it?
See?
Look at
Look
him.
at his.
He's
Look, you
thinking
can
it.
see him
Yeah.
thinking.
Yeah.
You can see- How do I get on the Jumbotron?
Yeah.
It's going to be something radical.
Now I got to get that MSG Go just to keep an eye on like Devils
Yeah.
games just for this very reason right here. Yeah.
They'd have to put us somewhere high up because we're not the tallest people, so
True
I don't
that.
want to get overshadowed by someone like Monk. So sorry, Monk, but this is just being Chris thing.
Oh boy. So we all know who your favorite teams are. Who's your predictions for the cup though?
Come on.
Everybody, million.
They're
What are we
not
doing
winning
here?
the cup. Kurt.
What are we
They're not.
doing here?
They're not winning the cup. Sorry, they're
You
not.
are out of
Winning,
your mind.
they are not winning the cup. They're not going to do it.
They lost
There's
Chara.
no way.
If they lost Char, there you go.
Good point.
They won't win the pennant either.
He's still going back to that.
Guarantee you.
Wait, didn't? Well, I mean, I don't want to bring up something bad, but it's only preseason. But didn't the Red Sox completely throttle the Yankees today?
Yeah, it's
It
spring.
was like 11-3 or something.
Spring
Isn't-
training.
isn't all
It's
the
spring
good guys
training.
on
I mean, it
that,
really doesn't matter. But
Yeah, 2
Isn't
words.
there
Aaron
that
Judge.
like world
2 words.
Cup
Aaron
thing
Judge.
for baseball
Yeah,
going
all
on?
right.
Yeah,
It's
Aaron Judge. It's over. Yeah.
Fine, yeah. This is our year. Looking good.
You know him, Chris?
No, I'd love to meet him. I'd love to meet him. We should bring him out to a game, maybe the Elite Eight game. Shoot him an email to his agent or something.
I'm
You
sure
and
he'd love
Mohawk,
to come.
you and Mohawk can like work something out, get him in the suite or something.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, there you go.
I would
Hey.
take him out on town.
Oh yeah, he'll definitely.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, yeah.
He'd
Get
be,
the news
You,
reels
Aaron
ready.
Judge.
he'd be moving to Utica.
Yeah.
What a squad. Me and
Playing for the
Tuck
Blue
and Aaron
Sox.
Judge.
Yeah.
Bring them back.
ESPN would be all over Utica.
Probably wouldn't be able to find them.
Yeah.
Oh, geez, that's awesome. That is awesome. Guys, this has been so much fun, and I can't begin to tell you how much I appreciate you guys coming on all the time like you do, because again, I mean, I just laughed through this whole thing. This is great.
Yeah, I actually had a guy. One of his daughters loves. I can't think of his name right. Buster, and he thanked me over and over and over again, of like how much like the guys actually give to the community and how much they just have that. You know, they give everything to it. So, you know, again, thank you guys for everything.
It's easy. We have a great community, so
Yeah, and they get back.
not a
too.
problem for us at all.
Look
Yeah,
at the dog we get.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
You guys are
They
just
hold it right back.
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, my son obviously he's shy now, but he's like literally he was bouncing off the walls, like watching and listening, and he's like, "Wait, Jackson's gonna be on?" I go, "Uh huh." He goes, "All right." I go, "You gonna say hi?" He goes, "No." I go, "Okay, all right." but he walks by like 18 times doing nothing at all.
Yeah, right. Well, that's all right. When he's playing for the Pioneers someday, you know, be all right.
Well, that's his dream. And Gary and I always have this running joke because when he first started like really watching and understanding hockey, he always said that he was going to play at the University of Michigan and then transfer back to Utica. And Gary looked at him and went, "Garrett, you might be doing that backwards, bud." So, I mean, who knows where his career is going to? It's still early, but
Yeah, well, you know, you never know. But no, like I said, you guys, you got the game next Saturday. Next Saturday at the Odd. We just said you're playing the winner of Plymouth State, University of New England. You win that game, hopefully be able to host the Final Four in Utica. We'll see how that all works out. We don't know. You know, they're going to announce that after the meetings and all that, of course. It'd be great to have you guys home for all that too. So let's
that'd be fun.
cross our fingers and hope for the best, because that would be a riot having that here. That really would.
Yeah,
Yeah, that'd be unbelievable.
beats
The
getting
crowd's
on
already
bus
so
anywhere
crazy.
else.
So
Yeah, because I mean, I'll tell you, when that Odd, you guys know, obviously. I mean, when that Odd is full and it's rocking, there's nothing like it.
Yeah, even last game was pretty sweet. It got loud.
yeah, the UC last game in the national anthem.
Yeah, I love that. I love how they still do that, even though it's Utica University now. It's like I
Yeah,
hope
that's
that
the
never
stuff.
changes. I love it.
That's good for us, or at least for me. I know I can talk about a couple guys that I live with. We love it when we're on the ice. Like, you know,
Oh,
the
it's
first
awesome.
time you literally get chills when you hear it, and you don't know it's coming. So it's really cool.
Yeah, that is. It's amazing. It really is. Any closing thoughts from anybody? Anybody want to say hi to anybody out there in the out in the internet land?
Shout out, Chris.
Yeah,
He's saying hi. Jackson's saying hi to Chris. That's cute.
Yeah.
I told him to come over tonight and share screens with me, and he didn't want it.
All right, so I see the feud is beginning right now.
Oh, it's way past beginning.
Oh, it's way fast.
Well, he probably thought you were going to throw some of dude's food all over and get dude to attack him or something.
Oh no, dude's a good boy. He doesn't attack anyone really. But
No, I'm just saying he had his food on his foot or something like that. Like, oh, this was good. Explain that one to Coach Enan.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm sure he's heard worse.
Oh man. Well, like I said, fellas, thank you so much for coming on. Like I said, we appreciate the heck out of you coming on here all the time like you do. And it's always so much fun. Best of luck. We know you guys are going to kick a lot of butt come next Saturday and beyond. And, on behalf of everybody here in Utica and the Mohawk Valley and beyond, we're all very, very proud of you. Great job this season so far, and keep it up.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah, appreciate
Thanks for
it.
having us.
Thank you for
Yeah,
having us, dude.
Saturday.
Absolutely. And,
Well,
and
we'll definitely we'll do I'm sure we're going to do this again
oh, yeah.
in a few weeks.
Yeah, if you
We'll
guys
say.
are willing to come back on it once the season's over, we'll definitely do it up again if you guys want. So,
Sounds good.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Thanks for having us.
all right, all right, fellas, thanks a million. Appreciate
All right.
it.
Thank you.
All
Thank you,
right,
Thanks, guys.
See you, boys.
all right, take care.
We'll see ya.
All right, that was the Utica Pioneers men's team. That's awesome, man. I tell you, I'm so stoked for next Saturday. I really am. What do you
It's gonna be a
think,
good one.
Jared? Jared,
gonna be a good
who
one.
would you rather see? Would you rather see Plymouth State, or would you want to see him get some? I mean, I know I kind of put him on the spot there with that question, but I don't know. For me, I mean, listen, I just want him to win regardless, but I would love to see him get a little bit of revenge on New England.
I would too, but like you said, having Patton come back into the building would be interesting as well.
Yeah,
But I don't know. I think I'd want to get revenge, honestly. I wouldn't want to beat somebody that I was friends with and played with.
Right.
I'd rather beat the team that beat us in our building last time. And that's how I feel. That's my opinion.
right.
So,
right.
I don't know.
About you, Jordan?
Well, it depends. It depends on what you want to see. Do you want to play a team that we've already seen in Plymouth State and we've shown we can beat in our building, or do you want revenge against UNE? And that's a preference thing. Both teams are great at what they do, and they play good hockey. So either way, you're going to get a tough matchup to the end.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And I'll tell you, looking at that bracket, boy, I tell you, this could just shape up to be an amazing Frozen Four. It really could, with the possibility of Adrian being in there, Hobart. I think Plattsburgh State's in Hobart's bracket. I'm going to just pull that back up real quick, Dave. I believe. No, they're in Endicott's. That's right. So, I mean, look, the teams that are left in this thing, this is just going to be an awesome finish. And like I was saying earlier in the show, I just hope it's in Utica. I really
want,
do.
what I would love to see, honestly. I would love to see Utica, Adrian, Curry, and who was the top pair on the right side?
So you got Hobart.
I'd want to see
Oh,
Norwich.
top. Oh yeah.
I would
Yeah.
I would love to see that. That would be so much fun. And then obviously us playing Curry would be awesome.
Well, I'll tell you what, though, a Utica Plattsburgh game would be a lot of fun too, because I saw Plattsburgh play out in Morrisville about 4 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And Plattsburgh plays a similar game, that very fast, up tempo, constantly all over you kind of game. And boy, I tell you, that would be just like Battle of the Titans, watching them go back and forth.
Yeah,
But-
I agree. I agree. I think that a team that could match up against us well would make it a very good final.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I mean, if you look at Adrian matches up against us well. I think that's going to be, I don't want to look forward, but you never know what could happen. But I mean, even that matchup's going to be insane as well.
Yeah, and you know what the thing about that is too, is that this is a completely different Utica Pioneers team from when they
Absolutely.
played Adrian at the beginning of the season.
Absolutely.
And I tell you, those opening matchups are fun. Two highly ranked teams going against each other. But I would almost rather see teams kind of get a couple games under their belts before you have a slugfest right like that, right? And
Yeah.
and I'm not saying that's an excuse, because I mean it can go either way. It doesn't, because like it did last year, right? But I don't know. I mean, it's fun, but I'd still rather see a couple warm up games involved. But anyways, guys, why don't we take a quick commercial break, because we got some more college hockey to talk about here. And
I gotta get the kids home, so I gotta jet.
You're gonna bounce.
Yeah,
All right. All right. Well, listen, I appreciate you coming on. It's always a good time.
Always.
So, and
All
I'll
right,
see you
guys.
Saturday night anyway. So I'll shoot you a text.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Saturday night. Late. Oh, gross.
Stick to the little things while you're gone, Jeremy.
Oh, definitely gonna stick to the little things on that one. It's gonna be a lot of pregame numbing agent.
All right. Well, Jordan, looks like it's going to be you and me talking about the rest of that college hockey then.
Yup.
All right. Sounds good.
All right, boys.
All right, Jared. Have a good one. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. and I will see you in a
Anytime.
couple days.
All right.
All right. In the meantime, Dave the Save, let us go to commercial break, please.
Visit My Little Falls and stay connected with the latest news, information, and events in the city and the area. Our mission is to generate interest in the community and connect residents in a more meaningful way by facilitating deeper conversations about how these stories will shape the future of the Mohawk Valley. Join thousands of weekly visitors who stay up to date with feature stories, interviews, videos, our event calendar, and print publication, the Mohawk Valley Express. It's about timely local news for the community, keeping citizens informed about important issues, telling about the people who live and work here, and giving locally owned businesses the opportunity to reach a very targeted audience of locals and tourists alike. It's a whole new form of media-rich content developed specifically for today's mobile lifestyle and listeners. You can download our iOS app in the iTunes Store, listen to our country music streaming radio station, or sign up for a weekly newsletter. Stop by today at mylittlefalls.com. You'll be glad you did.
You know, Dave, I just thought of something.
Yeah.
You know what you ought to do with that song, too? You
Okay.
got to make that the campaign song.
You know, maybe.
You know, I've already got a picture. I've already got a picture. You know,
Okay,
when
all
your
right.
wife goes to give her campaign speeches, you have that playing in the background.
Okay.
Get like a smoke machine.
I can do that.
See?
Yeah. No,
Maybe a little bit of pyro.
pyro would be good.
Certain spots.
You can never go wrong
Certain
with
spots.
pyro.
Don't do it inside because I don't want to bring the fire engine, but that's okay. Just a thought. Just trying to help out anytime.
Thank you.
Oh boy. So, anyways, Jordan, heck of a lot of college hockey going on here. Last night I was out at Sage Rink. That was where the number 6 Hamilton College Continentals women's hockey team played number 12 Nazareth in the first round of the NCAAs, and it was their first appearance for the Continentals. And my friend, they made the best of it because they won 3-1, and the score really doesn't reflect how well they played because I mean they pretty much dominated the entire game. And let me tell you something, that Sage Rink last night was loud. I mean, it was because it's a smaller rink, right? So it's more compact, but it was packed. I mean, it was standing room only. It really was. It was nice to see. And I tell you, the place was just rocking. And the girls are actually going to be going out to Adrian this Saturday. So that's where they go next for the quarterfinals. They're taking on number 5 Adrian Bulldogs.
Yeah, that'll be a tough matchup for them.
It will be a tough matchup, but I'll tell you something. I think that they got a real shot because the schedule they played in that NESCAC, that was a brutal schedule.
Yeah.
I did a preview on it a couple days ago, and I think, what was it? They played 11 games against ranked teams this year, and they won most of them. And, you know, when you play that kind of a schedule, it really helps to prepare you for a tough game like that. So, I mean, obviously, you know, and they're ranked number 6. It's not like they snuck in as a number 15 or something like, you know, I mean, it wasn't like that. So, I mean, you're right. It's going to be a tough game, but I think they can pull it off. As a matter of fact, Dave, you want to pull that other graphic up there?
That I can do.
All right.
Somewhere if I
Because I was sort of prepared.
Sort of.
Sort
For a
of.
change, yeah.
You know, so there it is right there. So they're going out to Adrian. The rest of that, so we saw Norwich earlier in the season. It was an exhibition game in Utica. Let's see, Plattsburgh's number 1. Middlebury won, so they're going to be playing Plattsburgh. That's going to be another great game. And then the one in the bottom bracket there, I'm not too sure about, but yeah, I mean, this is going to be shaping up to be pretty awesome. I'd have to look it up who won the Colby Norwich game. I want to say Colby did, and if Hamilton can get by Adrian, they could have a potential NESCAC rematch against either Colby, who they beat 3 times already this season, or Amherst, who they lost to in the NESCAC finals. So it's shaping up to be very interesting.
Yeah, and that'd be anytime you can play another team in your conference in a playoff setting, it raises those stakes so high.
Oh, it does. It does. And if you look at that bracket, right? So there's let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 teams from the NESCAC in that tournament. That's very impressive. That really is. So it's going to be great. It's going to be great. And I'll tell you, speaking of tough conferences, the ECAC for the women's end of it was just a gauntlet this year as well. And the number 5 Colgate Raiders women's hockey team, they're going to be hosting. Let's see, the winner of the Wisconsin LIU game, which is going on right now down at the Class of 1965 Arena. I think they're going to be playing Wisconsin because Wisconsin's up 7-1 with about 14 minutes left in the third. So Wisconsin is the number 6 team in the country, by the way. So that's going to be a very good game. You know, Jordy, the Raiders last weekend, Princeton gave them all they wanted as far as a battle. It was the best of 3, the quarterfinals. Princeton won game 1, Colgate won game 2, and then they won game 3. But they were all 1-goal games, very tightly contested. But then the following weekend, the Raiders go out to Yale because Yale was the host school for the ECAC semifinal and final. They beat Quinnipiac, who's rated number 8. They beat them 5-1. And then the following day, they beat Clarkson, who's ranked number 9, 8-2 in the final. So once they got by Princeton, they got on a roll, which is very, very good for them. I mean, that's and you know, once you get into like tournament play, playoffs, or whatever you want to call it, momentum is huge.
Yeah.
Momentum is absolutely huge. And speaking of Quinnipiac, number 8 Quinnipiac, who Mia Lapata plays for, they're playing right now as well. They're playing Penn State, who's ranked 10th. They're down 2-1 with about 14 and a half minutes left in the third period. The winner of that game goes on to play number 1 Ohio State. So this is, you know, now we're getting down to the nitty gritty. It really is. And it's funny. You look at the Clarkson bracket, the Colgate bracket. So they're going to be hosting Wisconsin this Saturday. They win there, they're going to get into the Final Four, which, let's see, below them, Minnesota Duluth is playing Clarkson right now. That's 1-0 at the end of the first period. The winner of that game goes on to play in the number two ranked Minnesota Golden Gophers. So if things kind of fell right, Colgate could see either Clarkson or Quinnipiac again, or in that Ohio State bracket, guess who's in the other game? Yale against Northeastern, and Yale's number 4. So again, this kind of goes back to the same thing that I was saying about with the NESCAC. You look at these ECAC teams that are in the tournament, and it's there's more ECAC teams than anything, right? You got, let's see, Quinnipiac, you got Yale, you got Colgate, Clarkson.
I just want to hear you say Golden Gophers again.
The Golden Gophers.
Yeah, that's all I was waiting for.
That's, you know what? That is kind of cool, isn't it?
It's a good name.
If you think about it for a second.
Is, yeah.
I wonder how they came up with that.
I don't know.
I mean, because when you think of a gopher, you really don't think of gold.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Another good research
one of them
project.
one of them popped his head up in the goal one time, and that was it. They were the Golden Gophers.
It was like a groundhog.
Yeah.
So boy, oh boy. I'll tell you, but the Colgate men also are going into, let's see, the ECAC tournament starts for the men. So they started like a week or so later than the women did. Colgate is taking on St. Lawrence this weekend. It starts tomorrow night. It's a best of 3 series. All 3 games are going to be in St. Lawrence. Colgate enters at the 5 seed. St. Lawrence is number 4. Colgate won both of the regular season games because in the ECAC men's side of it, each team plays each other twice, like a home and home series. And then the winner of that series goes on to Lake Placid for a semifinal game, a 1-game semifinal game, and then the championship games the next day. Important to note that with the ECAC, the winner of the tournament gets an automatic bid into the tournament. So while the Colgate men are not ranked, if they can win this tournament, guess what?
Nice.
They're going on to the NCAAs.
Very nice.
So, you know, I've been saying it all along. Colgate is a young team. Now, I'm going to talk about the men's side here. The women's team has actually got a lot of veterans on it. The men's team is pretty young. So, you know, yeah, you saw some inconsistencies from them during the season, which, you know, you expect that from a young team. But this is also one of those teams that if they can get hot, they got a very good goaltender in Carter Guylander. They got one of the best scorers, in my opinion, in the country, in Alex Young. You know what? I've seen stranger things happen. So,
Never know.
Let's cross our fingers and hope for the best. You know, that's about what we can do. So, but yeah, that starts tomorrow. And we're going to have previews for all of that on 315hockey.com. So be on the lookout for that. Still campaigning over there?
No, I'm looking at somebody was posting.
Oh, I thought he was looking up the Golden Gophers.
No,
I was like,
I might have.
Dave's Golden Gopher.
I was still looking up ply fishing.
That's it. Instead of ply fishing.
Yeah.
That's.
I was still. I'm sorry, I was stuck on that.
Yeah, that's true though.
I thought it was a real deal. It's
Maybe
not.
it's fishing with a golden gopher.
I don't know.
Oh boy. Let's switch gears over to the AHL. So the Comets are actually playing 3 games in 3 nights this weekend. The dreaded 3-3. So Friday night, tomorrow night, that is, they're home against Belleville. Then they go on the road. They head down to the state of Pennsylvania Saturday night. They're at the Wilkes-Barre Scranton Penguins. And then on Sunday afternoon, they're at the Lehigh Valley Phantoms. It's funny, my wife pointed out to me the Penguins.
Yeah.
The Tuxedo Chickens.
Oh,
I was like, you know what? That's actually really funny.
That's good.
And I was all proud because I thought she came up with it herself, and she didn't.
No.
She saw it on you. I'm like,
saw it on YouTube or something.
I was like, I said, but you know what, honey? I got to give you credit because I mean,
It was a good one.
you know, it is.
Yep.
And now I can't look at that team seriously. I can't. I can't look at those jerseys with that emblem. I'm like,
It's like one of those images
Yeah.
where they say you can't unsee that.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. It's
okay.
like it's a tuxedo chicken,
Yeah,
right?
I know. Golden Gophers.
Yeah, yeah. The golden gopher tuxedo chicken. Wow, imagine that combo.
Playing the Barnyard Rats.
Yeah, yeah. Animal Kingdom gone wild. The Comets' neighbor up the road, the Syracuse Crunch, they're home this weekend. So Friday night they've got the Laval Rocket, and then Saturday night they got the Rochester Americans. That is a very tight division. Suddenly, I'm going to pull up the standings right now because I had it on the wrong page, of course. But that North Division, yeah, the Comets and the Crunch are separated by 1 point for second and third place. And Jordan, were you at that game Sunday afternoon?
No, I ended up missing it. I almost got out there. I'm mad I didn't.
Yeah, it was a good game. We were actually on the stage. That's a unique place to watch the game.
Yeah.
That really is. It's kind of cool. And we had a fight right in front of us, which the kids all loved. It was, made their day.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Comets were down 3-1 at the end of the first period in that game, and everybody's like, "Oh, here we go again." It's but I'll tell you, I give them a lot of credit. They gutted it out. They stuck it out. They came back. I think they won 6-4. And then they had the post game skate afterwards. And I'm going to tell you something. Just seeing those kids out there so happy with the players out there. Joe Gambardella was enjoying himself.
Mm-hmm.
Joe Gambardella is such a great guy. He really is one of those guys that, in my opinion, that the Comets should be showcasing because he's just, you could just tell he really loved being out there with the kids. Did you see that YouTube video?
Yeah, I caught some of it. He
Yeah.
really looked invested.
Yeah, Dave, did you see it?
I didn't, but I hate to tell you, our researcher
Yeah.
is on the ball. Barry knows all about the Golden Gophers.
Ah, all right. So let's see here. The nickname derives from a political cartoon by R.O. Sweeney, published as a broadside in 1858. I wonder what that is. The cartoon depicted state legislators as gophers dragging the state in the wrong direction.
Thank you, Barry.
Well,
Our life is better now.
yeah. And now I can't look at that team the same again either. I'm like, wow, how do you?
It's about politicians dragging
But here you're
people
in the wrong
way.
direction. But
I
then
know.
how do you turn around and put that as your team, as your university's mascot?
I know.
That's
They probably
interesting.
don't know that. That's why we should teach history.
I guess
They would not be the Golden Gophers.
I guess. I mean, whatever. But I mean, I appreciate Barry chiming in with that because I tell you, I was seriously wondering.
Yeah, I was.
Yeah, exactly. That's awesome.
See how
And now
good
we
it-
know.
Now let's see how good he is finding the Barnyard Rats.
No, I want to know. No. Now we got to have him find fly fishing.
Yes. Go at it, Barry.
Yeah, for sure. And let's see. Let's close this. Hey, you know what? The Utica Junior Comets, the premier team, they're in the playoffs. Did you know that they're in the semifinals of the USPHL playoffs, and they start a best of 3 series at Wilkes-Barre Scranton. So they're going to see the Utica Comets there Sunday. They're starting on Friday. It's a best of 3, and then they win that. Obviously, they're on to the finals. So good for the premier team.
Nice.
Yeah. So, except for this Wilkes-Barre Scranton team is not the Tuxedo Chickens.
Yeah.
They're the Knights.
Oh.
But Jordan, any closing thoughts there? Or?
Not much other than no matter who Utica gets stuck with next week, it's going to be a tough matchup.
Yeah, I definitely think so. I mean, that's if people are looking for an 11-0 blow, I don't think it's going to happen in that game. I obviously they can beat anybody that goes up against them, but you're right, it's going to be a really, really good game. And I'll tell you, I have a feeling that odd is just going to be off the hook.
It sure is. Even though the herd may be moving for however many games we do play,
Really?
still gonna find a spot and be ready. Yeah.
Oh, that's right, because they reserved 103 for the visitors, didn't they?
Yeah, they did.
I wonder if they did that on purpose.
Well, that's what I said. I was like, I wonder if there was a purpose behind that.
But you know what? I don't think it matters where the herd is. They will be heard. Oh, you
Yep.
see what I did there?
I see. Yeah.
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 For sure.
I'm a poet and I didn't know it.
We can do that.
Jesus.
I'd give you a rim shot, but no.
No, please don't. I'd prefer you didn't. So before we go off the air here, Wisconsin is now up 9-1.
Oh.
So I think it's a foregone conclusion that at 3
Pretty much-
o'clock,
Yeah, we pretty much know.
3
who's gonna
o'clock on
be-
Saturday afternoon at the Class of 1965 Arena in Hamilton, New York, Colgate will be playing number 6 Wisconsin Badgers.
Yep.
And I think tickets are still available for that game. So as I've said a million times, if you haven't checked out any of these games, get down there. It is fantastic hockey and a beautiful venue. It really is.
Yeah, it is.
And no, they're not paying me to say that. I'm being serious. That's it.
We know that.
So, anyways, we want to thank the Utica Pioneers, John Makovic, Jackson Rukowski, Christian Acosta, Mick Curran, and of course, Justin Allen for coming on. Jeremy for coming on for half the show. Jordan, we thank you for coming on for the entire show. We appreciate it. And again, like I said, check out 315hockey.com for the previews of all the games coming up this weekend. And do follow us on our socials on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, because we have to put up the daily schedule and the daily scoreboard along with pictures and anything else that comes our way. So for Scott Kinville, or for Dave the Save Warner, I'm Scott Kinville. I did that again. Thanks for watching. We appreciate it, and we will see you next week.